I'm Lisa Marie, and I am the founder of the Magdalene Global Collective. And I just wanted to share this video with you today, just to share my story. And I hope that it may help you on your path, wherever you are today. So I'm really dedicating this video to that one person who really needs to have that person reach out to them today, that needs a hand, that needs a support. And if that is you, I'm just so delighted to connect from my heart to yours today. So my journey began when I was 16 years of age, and that was the pivotal moment for me when the angels appeared to me at a time when I was very, very low. It was a very low point in my life, and I actually felt that there was nowhere left, and I did not want to be in this world anymore. That was really it. I was like, I was running for that, down that hill, and all I wanted was the water. All I wanted was just to go, and that was it. And the two angels, they came, they stood in front of me, and I could not move. I could not go any further, and I was running. And it was that force that was like, no, you're not going. And they were holding a stop sign, and they just wanted me to stop. And that was it. And when I did, from that moment, even though the rest of that day was hard, and looking back, just coming to terms with that we have to deal with our stuff, that we can't run away from our emotions or our lives, even though they may not be going right for us, that it may not be always working out for you. And that's okay. And it was in that moment then that I was called onto the path with the angels. My mother had rang an angel line, and she got through to a beautiful lady called Marie. And Marie is now in spirit. And she was actually using a therapy that I later discovered I was guided by the angels. And it was integrated energy therapy. But as she said herself at the time, she didn't even actually need that piece of paper, because the angels had called her to work. And she really was an archangel. You know, no more than myself, she can just have met you. You may just walk in the door, and you know everything that they've been through and everything that has happened and has led them to that moment. And the angels show such a clear picture of where they're actually going in their lives as well, and the path that they are to take. Now, some parts are really, really clear, and some parts like that. The angels sometimes leave you with choices yourself to make, and what lessons you need to learn, and what you need to discover yourself as well. So upon meeting Marie, I was in a very dark place, and I felt so heavy. You know, that feeling of just feeling so heavy, and you can't even think straight, and you can't see the bigger picture, because all you can see and feel is what's happening in your own world and in that place within yourself. And she placed her hands over my eyes, and when she lifted her hands, it was gone. That depression, that weight, that energy that I had felt had just lifted. And that was it. And I knew from there on that that's what I'm here to do, to help others. And she told me, she said, you're going to work with a lot of women, and especially a lot of women that have been abused or have gone through abuse in their lives, and helping them, and maybe giving them the message from the angels that, you know, it's not their time to pass, and that they are beautiful and innocent, and they are worthy of love, and they are worthy of all life is there to give them, and the path that God has given them as well, and the goddess. I really do, and I always have leaned towards the goddess, and that, you know, that song, like if God was the girl, you know, what would she look like, or what would he look like, you know? And I always felt that was much, much easier for me, but the vision was always turned on. Like, even at 14 years of age, I remember having premonition dreams that you'd be shown a place and people that you were later going to meet. And then upon going to that place and seeing that person, like, absolutely been blown away by, it was exactly it. it was exactly as the dream, it was exactly as described. It wasn't always the angels that I saw. I wasn't so lucky. It wasn't like the Lorna Byrne story where she says that she saw the angels and these beautiful little lights over her cot. It actually wasn't like that for me. It was more so I was seeing the dark. I was seeing the fear and the negativity that was there. And I didn't actually come into a place of having everything or having the light always present. It wasn't like that. It was definitely being brought, feeling that I was an earth angel, really being dropped off in a place that was hard to withstand at times. And I really did have that feeling, not always feeling safe, and definitely always wanting to go out the door, wanting to run away, wanting to start my life so early. Um, and I did start my life so early, and I was so very blessed at that time because it was so easy back in Ireland at that time to actually get a place to live. It's not like now in this time, in this current time. It was easier. It was easy to get a job, to get work, to get a trade. And I followed that path of like the hair and the beauty and um to do gentlemen's haircuts and that. I followed that for a long time. And I was really guided to do that as well because at the time, emotionally, everything was a lot for me to receive and a lot for me to go through. And being very, very sensitive, it was actually very good for me to hold down the full time job and to hold down that security and that groundedness in my life. It was absolutely, it was the way it was meant to be. But my life path changed then, and when I actually went to Dublin. I went away for a little while and I went away to get my trade and that as well. And when I came back, I really got pushed into doing the mediumship, into doing the readings. And it was actually just, it kept turning up. It wasn't that I was looking for it, but it really came natural. It was just people coming towards me that needed it. The angels bringing me people. That's what they always did, was they always brought me people. And these people would say, I don't know how I found you. I really don't know how I found you or how you came across my path, but I know that you were meant to. And I've always been so, so grateful. It's really has been a passion for me. And it is a lifelong like journey, like of dedication, because it is absolute dedication and it is devotion. And I have really offered up that part of my life that I will do the work of the angels and I will do the work of the goddess. I really, really came strongly onto the goddess path as well. But it really began with the mediumship and doing the readings, doing the angel cards and doing the tarot cards. And mediumship really became very, very clear to me. And at the start, I really felt I was thrown in actually at the deep end because the stories and really what the angels brought was actually really uncomfortable to receive and to acknowledge and to know and to pass on that information. It actually comes with great responsibility to pass on the information and really what's coming through a lot of the time. And but I was so happy, and what always really makes it worth it to me, what brings the reward is that you see the person cry, like, or you see the person really acknowledge the message. And it's really brought back faith, hope, and strength to them. And I really, that's what makes it worthwhile for me. Like that's it. That's exactly it. And my life path really changed from there. Then when I met my wonderful husband as well, it really did. And I did the shamanic course as well with Paul O'Halloran, and that was really life changing as well. Um, I couldn't say that it gave me the seer because I actually went in. I already had the seer's gift, but it did actually ground it more in for me, and it did make it more solid for me, and it was a good foundation. But I really have to say, a lot more of the experience I got is actually through working with people, and it is through experience. And I am grateful that I do have that experience, and working with people is just it's just amazing. Like, it's what I love about it is when you see their results and you see how happy they are, when it really has manifested for them, or they've really received that healing, or they've really, they've gotten that message from their person at the other side that they've been hoping to reach out to. And it makes it all worthwhile. Everything changed for me then with, say, 2018. I had my son Jack, and I had three children at that stage. I had my beautiful first, Killian, my little son, and then Quiva, my little girl. And she was just absolute blessing. They're all blessings. They really are. And that was manifested as well. Like that, oh my God, the manifestation, like the vision boards, and the calling, and the feeling just of wanting to be a mother is so, so strong. And that's why I really recognize it, and I understand when I do see a lot of women who are struggling with infertility, because I felt I had it myself. I went through that journey that was very difficult, and it was so, so difficult to conceive our first child. And then once he came, the second came, and the third came. And after Jack was 6 months old, I had been given that little break. And now it wasn't a long break, it was only the 3 years, but I was really given that break from the clients, that would be my time just to focus on being the mother, and focusing on getting the body healthy again, and getting everything right, and looking after and enjoying my time with them. And I really did enjoy my time with them. I really enjoyed my time with my children. And I'm so happy that I get to say that, that manifested for us at that time. And it was wonderful. And it was really on the third then with Jack that the angel said, you have to go back to work now. And you are to teach the courses again, and teach the IET again. And you're to fulfill that now. And when the message comes in, like, it's not like thought that comes into your mind. It's really not, because when it's said so strongly and so fiercely, and you really feel it's like, not that you have a choice in the matter, but it's such a strong message. It's like, you will do this now. So I was instructed, and I just turned around to my husband and I said, look, I've just gotten the message now that I have to go back. And I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go back doing the teaching and the angel courses, and the mediumship courses. And it was just absolutely wonderful. The angels really opened that door for me. And the door was open again. But it didn't come on the first day. Like, I'll be really honest, it didn't come on the first day, because I had thought in my mind, right, I'm so many years at this now, and I had done all the psychic fairs around Ireland, and really having started so young. And I was like, right, I'll put the number up again now, and I'll put the information out there again. And sure, it's going to happen overnight. Like, I'll just receive loads of messages tomorrow. But it didn't actually happen like that, because when I actually put up the number again, I put up and said, look, I'm available again, because there was so many people reaching out to me over those few years. And I was actually turning them down and turning them away and sending them to other people. And it's just like, I'm so, so sorry. I'm not actually doing the readings at the moment. I'm really sorry. And I'll direct them to someone else that was doing it, that was close by. And yeah, so I was actually crying. I remember crying, and I was like, oh my God, Angels, like, I thought you said to me that I was going to get the work straight away, and that all these people were just going to show up straight away. And sure, of course, it was probably a little bit of my ego as well at the time, because I had really, gotten excited about it and was really happy about it. And I started crying anyway, and I was just feeling so sad. I was like, there's no point. Right? There's no point in even doing this. And, oh, what's the point? Why should I even bother anymore? And I walked out to the hallway, and I found an angel feather on the top of the stairs. That wasn't there. Like, it was not there. The window was closed. There was no actual physical way that it came in, or it could have been left there, and like that. And I just picked it up in my hands, and I still have it to this day. And it's a feather that it was just so beautiful, and it really touched my heart. And I just felt it, like, it just went through my whole body, the feeling of it. And it was like, we are here, but the message was that some things actually do take time. You have to give us time to fulfill this request. And then I just was like, okay. okay, I surrender. And when I surrendered, then the calls started coming again. And like I actually don't know. Like there was no way that these people could have seen it, but it just happened. It just happened. So they actually got the call from the angels as well, and it started to that they were looking for that person to help them, and they were looking for signs, and they were looking for it. And they were ready to receive it. They were ready to come onto the path, and that's the way it really works. That's the way it really works. And I really enjoyed giving the angel courses, and I really enjoyed doing the healing, and nothing brought me more joy. But I was handed a book in 2018, and it was called the Sophia Code. And it brought me such a deeper connection to the goddess as well. And when I was holding it in my hands, like the very first chapter was that God is speaking to you through the goddess, through the Holy Sophia. And it sent shivers down my whole spine to my whole body. And I was like, there she is. I can hear her. She's there. And I felt held. I felt surrounded. And it brought me deeper because from that point, I felt that's when I received the gnosis, the looking for more knowledge, seeking the deeper knowledge, seeking the divine, seeking the answers, looking through all of that. It just really opened up. And that's what Sophia really means, is it's the holder of knowledge. She is the goddess of wisdom and the goddess of knowledge. And yeah, it was several years later. It was around after the 22 that Hecate would have came. And she's actually the guardian. She's the gatekeeper. And I know there's mixed views online about her, but really it's not any picture that you may see. It's actually an energy, and it's a current, and it's a frequency, it's a wavelength. And we'll say it's the foundation of life because it's the breath of life. And it's the breath of life that flows through all living things. And you can feel the vibration of it. It passes through the leaves, the trees, the flowers, all of nature, the waves of the ocean. It's in the elements of the wind. It's in the light of a candle. It's that element of life, like it's the breath of life. And that really was my awakening. And I did like a 2 year mentorship with her very, very deeply on my own. That I wouldn't have spoken about before. So maybe this is the first time you're hearing it. But I was given then I was the keeper of the roses. And that was the spirit name that I received. But it took me a while to actually really come into the power of that and what it really meant, as I had to allow it to unfold. And I have found that is the way it is with even the readings and the messages and the healings that occur sometimes, because you may be given um the visual, you may be given the symbols, you may be given the words, you may be given the information, but there will be a point in time when it all actually starts to make sense and it all starts to fall into place. And like that, now I was given her key, and it was absolutely beautiful. And it really led me onto the path like that of giving back, and like that in the last 4 years of like going out and actually giving and actually feeling that you're in the energy to give, that you're in the energy to, and you're not just in the energy of survival. And that's actually the energy that's really coming through now in our higher consciousness, is that we have to really root down. We have to feel safe. We have to reconnect back to the earth in order to hold, or in order to manifest all that we wish to bring in. So it's all about how can you hold, how can you root, and how can you feel safe. So I followed that pattern, and one by one, over 13 months, and I have written a book about this, and the book is called Goddess Medicine. And it's how I came to be keeper of the roses, and how each goddess and each initiation came to me over that period of time. And it was so profound, and it was so amazing. And as well, there was a time where it was a little bit confusing as well. And I actually, in my human self, I seek to validate everything. Even though I could sit down and I could write and write and write, and I can still do that. I can just sit down and write, and all this information flows in, even more than I'm able to speak, because I'd love to be a great speaker. I'd love to be someone that just everyone listens to, but I'm not. And that's okay. But the divine guidance came, and that I was here to share it. And then from there, I created the oracle cards as well. I created the Goddess and Medicine Oracle deck. And it was a love and it was a joy for me to do. And I was so happy just to get to share it with my little community at the time and everyone that received them. I also have the altar cards as well. And they're just beautiful as well. They're just beautiful. And having the vision and really having the it's the information, that comes, but it's also the synchronicities along the way. And it's how your story unfolds along the way. It's beautiful, and it is a lifelong integration. If I'm really, really honest with you now, it's a lifetime integration, and you could even be given a lot, like as in your channel opens up when you feel you're ready to receive, but it's like any development. It takes time to actually grow it and to feel confident in it and to feel that you actually can help this person, but also hold a beautiful space for them as well, which is so, so important as well. So, yeah, from there, I actually signed up myself because I knew the angels were bringing me to the next level in my life. And we'll say it was around December, January is when I decided that I was going to sign up for a global retreat facilitator course and a deeper rose mentorship. And there's a fantastic lady that's doing it. Her name is Bethany Joy, and she's over in America. And yeah, she's just beautiful. And it's really, that's what it's about, is that you sit in the energy. Because I was actually in a place around December and January, and I actually needed to be held myself. And I just wanted to acknowledge that as well, that as much as we can spend years being the spiritual teacher, that sometimes it's just lovely for us to receive as well. And I really dedicate this video to all of the healers and coaches and therapists out there as well that are always holding space for other people, to the counselors and, to the therapists, even to the physical therapists and to the massage therapists and the hairdressers and the beauticians, because yeah, you actually do a lot. And a lot of it is not just emotional or about your energy, your physical energy, because yeah, some people are really, really, they'll give you energy. They'll actually give you energy to lift you up. Some people will absolutely drain you, but they can't help it. It's just the vibration that they're on. And all we can do is send them love and just to help them on their journey and just to hold their hand for a little while and to give them the tools themselves that they need for their empowerment in their lives. So I'm so happy to share this all with you today, and also talk a little bit about protection as well. So what I have found is that the more you strengthen your aura and you work on really being in the body, really grounding yourself back to earth, that's when you're the strongest. So you're actually the strongest. And that's where the shamanism comes in as well. Because if we look back to the Mary Magdalene, if you look back to her and her time, they would have always connected to the grandmothers and the grandmothers of the earth. And it's a beautiful, strong, and it's a powerful frequency. And when we do, you're actually brought back home. And we'll name the grandfathers as well, because that's very important too, if there is men that are listening to this as well, that you can call on the cosmic grandfathers and the grandfathers of the earth, the elders. They were the chiefs. And they were so connected to the earth. They had such a high regard for the earth and to mind her. And Mother Earth actually loves people speaking to her and really honouring her and making a connection with her before you even do any offerings to the earth, or before you really connect in that way. Just really holding her in your heart. And if you hold Mother Earth in your heart, she'll hold you in hers. I'm just taking a moment just to do that now. So I invite you now, if you want to place your hands on your heart, just come into this beautiful soft space. And just visualize that you're connecting down, that you're grounding down through a golden energy cord with roots that are connecting down to the great crystal at the center of the earth. And this crystal is there to hold you in this beautiful frequency of love and support. And just affirm, I am the earth. I am held by Mother Earth in her frequency, in her womb. I am connected to her. And I ask her to filter now any negative energies or any energy in my body that's no longer serving me. And just visualize a beautiful white light over your head now, a channel of light or a channel of golden light. And the golden light just flowing all the way up to the heart of the divine, to the sun. And the sun is above your head and it's shining down upon you. Feel that warmth and light that flows in. And as soon as you do this, as soon as you have Mother Earth beneath you and you have the beautiful sun above you, you are protected. You are guided. You are supported. And I want you to speak that now right back into your body, because if we want to manifest, or if we want to hold, if we really want to bring love into our lives, to really hold it, to really acknowledge it, we have to match that frequency. So we're going to hold that now, that we're connected to all of the wealth of the earth, all of the gold of the earth, the abundance of the earth, because the earth is abundant. And Mother Earth is holding you right now. Connect back to your heart and feel your heart open just like a rose. Feel the light of the sun flowing and the golden light just flowing through that rose. And it's activating you just back into the divine heart, to the sacred heart. And just feel that beautiful peace now that's now flowing through your body. And I invite you to connect now, just to connect into the sisters of the rose. They're all coming in holding a beautiful rose to you. They're showering you now in rose petals. And just, you can sit with your hands that are up on your lap and just saying, I'm ready to receive this. I am ready to receive this. I receive this. And allow that to flow in for you. I hope you enjoyed this activation. I hope you enjoyed listening to my story, and just to know that I am here to reach out to. Or if you'd like to book a session with me, or if you feel guided that you'd like to do a mentorship with me, that is available as well. And I'm just sending you so much love, because I know I was there too. That's love.